we have an absolutely huge announcement to make today. Absolutely huge.
You're exactly right, Don, because a couple of weeks ago, we started out with great news about opening up our soft launch at Speakers Pathway Coalition by getting people, started how to expand their business, but that is old news. Don today is going to start kicking us off with some great brand news that is absolutely unheard of on the internet.
Absolutely, Jim. We're not here about old news. We're here about big, huge new news. So we're here to announce to you today that we are planning our first big live event. In late January, we're holding our first huge live event. And you know what's really, really special about this? We are going to be featuring our top 20 members on the stage at that event. Is that unheard of or what?
Absolutely, Don. When Don says the top 20 members, we mean exactly that. The top 20 members who come through our program, who apply themselves and just show us that they're really serious about building their business. We're going to give you a chance to be on stage. And guess what that is going to cost you? Don, you better tell them. I can't.
Yeah, so it's basically nothing. It's you being a member. It's you being a member and participating in the training. We have a leaderboard. We track, what courses you complete, how you did on the little test that we give. And believe me, these aren't hard tests. I made a bunch of them up myself. But just doing the work, like putting in the time to show that you're committed, attending the coaching calls, applying yourself to show that you really care. So that's how we're going to determine the top 20 members. And you know what? On top of being on the stage, you're also going to get, drum roll, a professional video of you on the main stage. This is professional video of you on stage, a huge asset. You're also going to get feedback, coaching feedback, and testimonials from the executive training directors, Jim and I. And you're also going to get invited to a full day mastermind. This isn't a sales pitch. No upsell. We are an upsell-free zone. This is a mastermind. This is where all of us will get together. We'll figure out what is holding you back from achieving what you want to achieve in your business. And we will solve it. We will solve those problems. And it doesn't cost you anything on top of your membership. Is that crazy or what?
Absolutely, Don, because when Don and I first started the Speakers Pathway Coalition, our dream was to get speakers on stage. And we were committed to do that. And in our minds, we said, we're going to be able to put speakers on stage and we will not charge them one single dime. Well, guess what? We're putting our money where our mouth is right now. The top 20 members in our organization, you will be getting on stage. You will get a free professionally shot video of you on stage. And when you see the people that's going to be associated with us there at that event, it's going to give you instant credibility, let me say that. And the reason why Don and I can do this is our stage. This is the Speakers Pathway stage that we're putting on. We took the bull by the horns and we're taking it to the barn.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is not going to be in front of a few people. This is going to be a real event. This is going to be a big event. And so if you watched our webinar, if you've seen any of the things that we've done where we invited you to become a member of Speakers Pathway, you would know that we've got tons of courses. In fact, there's $8,000 worth of courses that you can consume when you join Speakers Pathway. And it's getting more and more every single day. On top of that, there's coaching, there's certification programs for speaking. So the total value, if you saw our webinar, if you saw any of the things where we invited you to be a member, you'd know that we put a value of over $14,000 on that membership for $150 a month. Now, this, I don't know, Jim, I'll let you comment, but I've just kind of done some math in terms of the mastermind on top of the video, on top of the talk, on top of testimonials. And I've got a number of around over $10,000 of additional value for the top 20 who make it to this event. I mean, do you agree, Jim?
I think it's going to be higher than that as far as out-of-pocket expense if someone tried to bring that together for themselves or to pay someone for it, because you got to look at travel, you got to look at all the hidden costs there, and I mean, plus the training and stuff. I mean, goodness, when Don and I were up there in Colorado, we added another 9 videos of how to present yourself on stage. And I can honestly tell you, in those 9 videos, you're talking how much? $30,000-$40,000 minimum in addition to that?
Yeah, I mean, as we were putting that together, I was humbled because as Jim and I were creating those videos, it just occurred to me like, wow, you know, this is years of things that we've learned from many different places, and putting it all in one course that you can access. I was just like, wow, I really wish I had had this. But, you know, I really would ask you, think to yourself, if you are someone who has some, obviously, you know, if you're a speaker, you're getting, you know, multiple $15,000 paid speaking gigs a month. This isn't for you. I mean, this isn't for you. But if you're doing some speaking and you realize the value of getting in front of a crowd to build your business and get your message out, and you're not there just getting those multiple speaking gigs, this is exactly for you. This is what we put this together for. We will give you the training. We will give you the coaching. So if you're in the top 20, when you get up on that stage, you will rock it. I will go to the ends of the earth, and Jim knows this, and Jim will do it too. We will go to the ends of the earth to make sure that that video you get represents you in the best way possible.
You're exactly right about that, Don, because we want to help you become the best speaker you can possibly be. You're not going to be Don McGrath. You're not going to be Jim Grant. You're not going to be Mary somebody. You're going to be you. And with all the training we've got and the coaching and all of the, you know, encouragement and, you know, the advice we can give you, you can be you. You can be comfortable on stage. And I'm even writing another course in there about overcoming the fear of public speaking. So whatever your excuse is, there's no longer excuse unless you don't want to be successful. We can't help you then. We'll be responsible to you, but we cannot be responsible for you. So that's why we ask for the top 20, so we can put you in front of those 300 people that's going to be attending our event. How does that sound to you?
Yeah, I guess I would ask the question, you know, if you consider yourself a speaker or you speaker to grow your business, I'd ask you the question, how does that sound to you? What will that feel like when you're up on the stage in front of 200-300 people cheering for you, knowing that you've got a friendly stage? Jim and I will be in the audience. Our friends will be in the audience. The executive training directors will be in the audience. I would just ask you to think about what that will feel like to know you're surrounded by people who have nothing but your success in mind.
You're exactly right, Don, because the audience, we know we've got a connection with them. They're going to appreciate the fact that we're putting on the event, and they're going to appreciate the fact that you're there. It's not going to matter to them whether you're one of the top 20 or one of the, you know, some other speaker. The fact of it is you're going to be there and you're going to be a blessing to them. And that's going to mean the world to them, and you're going to be doubly blessed because number one, you'll be on stage, get a video. Number two, whenever you bless someone, it just comes right back on you. So get ready and you know, just be there on stage. That's all I'm going to say to you. Just get there.
So you might be wondering, well, okay, so I'm going to get on stage. I'm going to give my talk, or I'm going to be in a panel discussion possibly. And, you know, so who am I going to share the stage with? Who am I going to share the stage with? Obviously, it's going to be Jim, myself, all the executive training directors who, if you've seen any of what we do, oh my goodness, amazing, amazing talent. There'll be people from other organizations and other people who we can't really announce their names right now, but they're big. All right. Mm-hmm. They're going to be very, very big. These are influencers in the industry who are going to be on our stage. So you are going to be able to say you are on the stage with some players. Now, I also want to tell a little story. Maybe I'll let Jim tell the story about, because you might be asking me, who's going to be in the audience? Who's going to be in the audience? So Jim, I'll let you share the story because it's such a precious story.
Well, I was coming up to Colorado anyway to see Don in Colorado Springs. Don, I'm coming to Colorado Springs. But we were going to go up there to two things. Number one, we're going to record the videos, which I mentioned earlier about the speakers and all that, 9 videos. And we were going to do some long-term planning on our launch. And I told Don, I says, on my way up, I'm just going to stop in at Fort Carson, Colorado. I want to pick up some information there because I've been approached by several people to put on a veterans event. And so I want to find out who the local area is. Since Don's up there in Colorado Springs, that's the home of Speakers Pathway Coalition. You got Fort Carson there. You got Peterson Air Force Base. You got the Air Force Academy there. That's a decent place to start. And that's exactly what I'm thinking was. Problem was when I walked into Fort Carson there, and I found this one organization, ACS, and they gave me a welcome packet and all that. And I told them a little bit who we are, what we're doing, and what I want to do. And wow, really. And it's, you need to go over and see these people here. And the local people there say, have already given us their yes, but we want to get it from the corporate office, the home office, before we release their name. But I can tell you these people are internationally known with the soldiers, and just being associated with them will give you instant credibility. I promise you that. But what was really wild, I was talking to them and it says, when are you going to do this? And I said, we're thinking about March or April. And it was kind of like, oh, they got excited. And I thought, wow. I mean, I didn't know they get that excited about it. They referred me to another organization, and I got over close to closing time, could not see the man. So me and Don went together back over there the next day. And I'm just going to tell you exactly how it happened. We're talking to the guy and he says, he's okay, and then he crosses his arms and says, what's this going to cost? $2,000 a head? I said, no, it's free for the soldiers and the veterans. And he dropped his arms and he just kind of like couldn't believe it. And then I told him, I says, everybody's got a story. We want them to tell their story. He says, you're right. Then the next thing he asked us, because we just made the plans the day before, you guys got a brochure?
Right? Not right now, but we're gonna have one.
We're good for one.
So really just an amazing amount of outpouring of support here in the Colorado Springs area.
Yes.
And there's for the veterans.
Yes. And I forgot to mention, excuse me, Don, he told us there's over 100,000 veterans in the Pikes Peak area. So this is far from being a one and done. This is going to be a one and some more, not only in Colorado, but other locations too. So just keep that in your mind. I mean, if that don't give you enough fire under your feet to be in the top 20 membership and be on stage and have a video with some of these international organizations or national organizations who are known all over the world, you might as well just go ahead and take a nap.
And so the event is called Pathway for Vets. And the purpose is to teach things that we know that the executive training directors, you and Jim and I and some of the other folks know about sparking that entrepreneurial spirit. Many of the veterans are looking for, what am I going to do now, right? How can I make a great contribution? And so we're going to help them to make this transition into entrepreneurship. And so I hope you feel just how special this could be, how we could be helping veterans, how those veterans organizations will fill the seats because it's their job to service veterans. And then the role you could play in being on the stage and showing them as a model what they can become.
Absolutely. You're so correct there, Don, because for those of you that do not know me, I'm a retired Master Sergeant, 31 years United States Army. I'm also a Vietnam veteran. And so therefore that gives me instant credibility with the veteran people. And I'm just very, very fortunate and so glad and thankful to be in this position because, we're going to be blessing so many people out there, helping them find, just like I mentioned earlier about you being your own speaker. Don't be like Don, don't be like me, be yourself. We're going to help people find themselves and find their pathway from where they are to where they want to be. And that's going to be critical. And you're going to be part of that. You're going to be a big part of that. The top 20 members there that's going to be on stage speaking. I want to make it very clear. I keep going over that, so please forgive me, but it's very, very important. And it's going to be very, very big.
And I know that it's true because I met Jim at one of these events where we have literally paid thousands of dollars to get on the stage and give a short talk so we can get the video, so we can get the experience, so we can meet people, so we can get recognized. Right, Jim? I mean, we
Absolutely right.
It's not like, oh, this might be worth. No, I know for a fact. I know for a fact what this is worth.
Yeah.
And so if you are serious, if you're serious about really wanting to take your speaking to another level, and if you want to get on a stage and build the assets, see the thing about the video, you might think, what am I going to do with that video? Well, here's the thing: is when you're a speaker, do you think it's easier or harder to get a speaking gig if you don't have a good professional video of you speaking? You know the answer to that. The answer is it's much harder if you don't have a high quality video. If you have a video with somebody on, I don't know, they're taking them shaky cell phone thing and promoters are going to be like, this person's an amateur. Well, guess what? Yes. We're here to elevate you to that next level, not only through our training, but also probably helping you to build that collateral that you need to go on and win stages.
You're exactly right, Don. And for those folks that's looking like, okay, what kind of a video is it? You can go to speakerspathway.com and you can see the videos that we have there. The same person that did the videos there is one of our executive training directors, Koji Samaldi. He will be the one that will be doing your video for you. And again, when you think about having a professionally made video, it's going to cost you a lot of money. Both being a member of the Speakers Pathway Coalition, that's our gift to you. That allows Don and I to fulfill our requirement of what we want to do, put people on stage, and our fulfillment in our hearts, because we put our heart into this, because we know exactly how people are overpromised, underdelivered, and they pay through the nose for it. We don't want that to happen to you. That's why I encourage you to please apply everything that you've got. I mean, just go after it and just make up your mind. You're going to be one of the top 20 members so you can be on the stage.
And if you're sitting there and you're thinking, well, wow, this sounds really good, but I'm not sure I'm ready. I'm not sure the time's right. I don't know if I have the money. I don't know if this will work for me. Those things that all of us think. I mean, they're the things that all of us think. I would just I would ask you to think about a couple of things. I would ask you to think about the value of a $150 investment for 2 months. I would ask you to think about the value of that and getting on a stage, getting the professional video, making the connections, getting the testimonials, getting the masterminding. I mean, I can guarantee you it's like 100 times return on that. So I would think about, where could you find that $150, basically $300 for the next couple of months? You know what? And if you get 30 days into it and you're like, yeah, I'm not really into this, not getting no money. We have a 30-day money back guarantee. You say, hey, this isn't right for me, and we'll give you money back. Now, if you're getting something and you get on the stage and it doesn't satisfy what you expect, there's no obligation. You can say, yeah, it's been 2 months. I want to go buy my $5 a day worth of coffee rather than belong to the coalition. That's okay. You can just say, yeah, I'm done. I unsubscribe, and that's fine too. But I am so confident. Jim and I have had so many conversations about this. We just want you. Why are we doing this? We just want you to give us a chance, because we know that when you become a member, you're going to be so wowed by the training, the coaching, and the amount of heart that we bring that you just are going to be overwhelmed and not want to leave, because we will help you so quickly. So I would urge you to think about that. The value of the $300 you'll invest over the next 2 months, what it means for you to put in the time, put in the training, get on a leaderboard. There is no better time. And, time is of the essence, because I know members right now are getting after it in the system. I know of one particular person who is in there. They've spent hours and hours of training already. They just spent an hour's worth today on a live webinar about writing their book. So I wouldn't, if I were you and you're serious about getting on that leaderboard and being in the top 20, I would join today. Time is of the essence. You don't want to get behind the 8 ball and have a week go by because people are getting after it.
Absolutely. And, when Don and I first started out, we thought about, how we can just, provide so much value that a person would not want to leave. And we've done that. And the proof is in the pudding because we've got people that's come on board with us. No one's asked for a refund. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. Of course it's going to happen. But I mean, what I'm saying is that we are delivering exactly what we promised. And that's very, very important in life. And Don mentioned about, writing a book. Well, even if you're going to use your speaking skills just to do videos or online webinars and stuff, you need good speaking skills. So, it's just, we got the full gamut covered there. And for those folks, let me make this announcement. For you folks, if we're streaming live on Facebook and you're putting in comments there, right now, we cannot see the comments, but please leave any comment there. Please leave any question that you have there. And after we get off the live broadcast, we will come down there and we will answer your questions.
Yeah,
so please.
I'm able to watch the live stream.
Are you?
See that Dr. J has joined, one of our executive training directors, and Gigi Ames has joined. So I just want to give a big shout out to Jay, Gigi, Preston, Monique, Koji, Bill, Tamara. Who am I forgetting?
Sony.
That Jim and I, we would have nothing if not for these folks. And, I think this mastermind that we're offering, that alone, I've talked to a few people who know of the quality of the people who are involved. I mean, let's just say they would pay in the 5 figures for that mastermind, for the one-day mastermind alone. So I hate to sound like the Ginsu guy, right? Oh, wait, there's more, but this is a tremendous value. Any one of you who knows me, hopefully you know that I'm not an overpromise, oversell, underdeliver. If anything, I try to pride myself on underpromise and overdeliver. So, and I think Jim is very much the same, as is the rest of our executive training directors. So that alone is going to be a tremendous value.
Oh, yes. And I got to give a shout out to all of our executive training directors, because Don and I, we are the founders, but the executive training directors, they are the founding members with us, because Don and I, and we could not have done this alone. That's the value that, Jay and Preston and Koji and Sony and Tamara and Gigi and Bill, and who am I forgetting? I forgot one there. Somebody hit me. Somebody slapped me. But anyway, I want to make it very, very clear the quality of these people, the caliber of people we've got. My goodness, when you go there and you look at their videos, their why videos, you'll see their heart. When you look at the information there, all of the training that's there, it's off the chart. Because normally organizations will sell you a tool for training and say, good luck, and you got to figure it out. But here, we provide the training for you, and we give you coaching too. So we want, Don and I, we've said early on, and the executive training directors feel like this too, we're not in it for the bucks, we're in it for your results. And we're going to deliver 20 people on that stage with a video. We're committed to that. Don, I, and all the executive training directors are. And the only person that we've got a question about might be you. So the question is, how bad do you want it? I mean, I'm just being straight up with you.
And another thing, anybody else who knows me and the rest of the team knows that we will go over the biggest mountain, across the widest sea to make sure that you are prepared. So this isn't come in, watch a couple of videos. No, you'll have coaching calls. And you know what? Because this is the top 20, I will spend whatever time it takes. I don't care if it's till midnight on a Sunday. I will make sure that you are prepared so that when you get up there, you are the best that you can be. Now, if you're considering this, I would urge you to act quickly, because time is of the essence. Like I said, I know someone's in there right now. There's one person who is getting after it. And unless somebody comes in and does even more, harder, faster, I can almost guarantee she's going to be on.
Yeah.
She's going to be in the top
Yeah.
20. So there really is probably 19 spots that are really you're vying for.
The good news of it is you're hearing this the same time the other members are. I mean, you don't have a jump on you. I mean, we do have one lady in there who is just, wow, this is what I've been looking for. And that's great. That's because that's who we are. That's what we're about. But all the other members, they're just now hearing about it just like you. If you're just brand new, don't even know how to spell Speakers Pathway or .com or whatever. And but at least you can jump in there right now and you can lock in a space for you. You have our word on that. If you're in the top 20, you're going to be on stage. Period.
So we'll tell you what you got to do. You got to register. You got to become a member. And it's very, very simple. You go to speakerspathway.com/promo. And you'll see there, it'll pull up a window, and you will click on where it says, subscribe. And you push the subscribe button. A little window will pop open where you complete your registration. You'll say, I want to join. You'll then allow you to enter your payment information. You will complete your registration, and you will have access to all the training. And now you're in the running for the top 20 spots. Now, I will say that there have been a couple of times some people have run into some technical glitches. And I just assure you, if that happens, do take one of two actions. Send an email to speakerspathway@gmail.com or call my cell phone. Okay. Do you got a paper and pen? I'm going to give you my personal cell phone. You call me up. If you don't get me, you leave me a message. I'll get on the phone with you and I'll make sure you get in there. I don't want, a technical glitch to stand in your way and hold you back from getting into that top 20. So you ready? It's 970-443-4307. That goes to me. That's not some system or anything. That goes right to me. And if need be, I'll get on the phone with you and we'll get you signed up. And we'd love to have you in that top 20.
Absolutely. This is really a wonderful opportunity because Don and I, we started out 9 years ago, and we know what it's like to buy tools and to be overpromised and underdelivered. And it's kind of like the old proverb, sometimes where you stand depends on where you've been forced to sit. Don and I know what it's like to be overpromised and underdelivered and charged through the nose sometimes for the process, but we did not want to do that. We don't want you to go through that because you don't have to. It's 100% avoidable. And this is our why. This is why we created the Speakers Pathway Coalition. And we've been thinking about military stages and doing our own live stage. And the beauty in doing our own stage, Don and I, the Speakers Pathway Coalition, the executive training directors, we're the ones in charge. We don't have to go ask anybody anything. And we've targeted 300 members, and I'm working on it very, very hard. And Don assured me that if there's 350, he's got a room extender in his garage, or he can just make the room a little bigger.
Big old party in the McGrath house, I guess.
If we have 400, we'll just find a bigger room. That's all.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And, we're so thrilled to bring this to you. We couldn't wait to make this enormous announcement. I hope you see the value. And if you do see the value, then please join. Please join us. Please join hands with us. We want to walk side by side with you on the pathway to get you on that stage. I really want you to be in that top 20. So please join. You know what you got to do. speakerspathway.com/promo. Sign up. Any problems, you got my cell phone, the email you have to call. Just take action. I always say in my signature talk, Jim, like success rewards what? Action. Success rewards action. I got them trained. I got the Sarge trained. A success rewards.
Well, it only took 3 months. But ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you to look at the bigger picture when you're thinking about joining the Speakers Pathway Coalition. Think about your message. Think about the multitude of people that you're going to be meeting in your pathway that you can be a blessing to. That's the big picture. That's what it's all about. Because your message, the thing about your message, you are the expert, whatever it is. And we can help you perform your message, get your message out there in a presentator type of way where you can actually have an opening body close and be able to tell your story and share that with, people all the way down through life. We're talking about a multitude of people. If you're on a webinar, you can reach millions of people. I mean, look at the big picture. Don't ever, ever, ever focus on money. It's kind of like what Zig Ziglar said. He says, you can have anything out of life that you want as long as you help other good people get what they want. That's a prerequisite. The first thing you got to do is give. Focus on having a good product, a good service, and helping people. And money is going to come. Don't worry about money. But look at the big picture. Think how you can be a blessing to all of those military personnel. If you really appreciate the troops, this is the time for you to give back to them. That's the way we look at it.
That's an amazing message. Thank you so much, Jim. It actually is, it's at the heart of what we're doing. We as speakers, you as a speaker, author, coach, trainer, you do this because you want to help people. We know that. We know that. That's what we're about. We know that's what you're about. Yes, do we hope to be able to have a profitable business out of it? Yes. But is that the primary objective? No. We really want to help people. And so our objective is to be, our role is to be that super ninja jet fuel that gets poured on what you got going on and helps just take it very rapidly into something that's going to reach so many more people. And I couldn't help but use super ninja jet fuel in this live stream. I couldn't help it, Jim. But that's our role, is to be that super ninja jet fuel that helps you to really get there much more quickly.
Absolutely, because one of the things that we've learned in life is that no one knows it all. You know that, and I know that. But the most important thing is that you've got to be able to align yourself with people who are subject matter experts who can help you in areas where you need help. And that's why the executive training directors are here. That's why Don and I are here. You've got 10 people on your team that can help you and coach you and help train you to be the best that you can possibly be in getting your message out there, whether you want to do it live on stage, if you want to use a virtual stage like a webinar or whatever, it's your choice. But we're so excited about this live event. We would love for you to be there. We really, really, truly would. I mean, this is why we're making this announcement for 20 people, for 20 members. Think about that, because we want you to be on stage there, because we know the value that will be to you and the credibility, the instant credibility that will give you.
Absolutely. So you know what to do. If you're thinking, if you came in late and you didn't get all the information, if you want to find out more, you can go back and watch this. This is live streaming on Facebook, or you got my cell phone, 970-443-4307. Pick up the phone, call me up. I'm more than happy to hop on a line with you, tell you more, answer all your questions. And we are just so happy that Jim and I and the rest of the team, so happy to make this announcement. And we can't wait to see you inside the membership area. And we can't wait to see you on stage in late January.
Absolutely. And it's just a wonderful privilege that Don and I have to be able to work together. And we got a military connection. That's how we became friends. Don's dad was a prisoner of war in World War II. And that's basically what started our friendship. And to be able to let this, see, that's very important, because just an insignificant meeting like that, meeting Don, we knew we were going to be friends for life, but look where we are now. Look what we're offering to a multitude of people. Look how we're going to be doing the veteran events. We're, like I said before, this is not a one and done. This is a multiple, and there's some ideas we've got, as we grow with this, that will include members and more than 20, but we will discuss that at that time. But my point being, think about how little things, little hinges open big doors. And that's what we ran into at Fort Carson. We were just, blown away. We were thinking about March and April, and they said, no, we want it as soon as possible. You got a brochure. So that's the reception we got. So we're just so thankful to be in this position. We want you to enjoy what we're enjoying. It's that precious.
I got to acknowledge a couple of comments. So someone loved the term Super Ninja Jet Fuel. I feel like David Letterman, Super Ninja Jet Fuel. And one other thing, somebody made a comment, we used this in our last video that we did as part of our soft launch, is we consider ourselves and we consider the people who are joining the membership of Speakers Pathway Coalition to not only be entrepreneurs, but also to be heartpreneurs. And that means, that's what I was talking about, Jim was talking about, is we have a bigger purpose, right? We want to help people. That's coming from our heart. It's not coming from our wallet. It's not coming from, I want a cigar boat, or I want, one of those, special BMW hybrid things. No, I don't care. What I really want is I want to help people. So come be a heartpreneur with us. If that resonates with you, come join us and be a heartpreneur with us.
Absolutely, because I look at it like this. When I spent 31 years in the military, 28 in the reserves, when I retired, it was kind of like a downshift for me because I lost my military family. And even though we're still connected and all that, but it's just not the same. And my point is, in sharing that with you, is that if you're an entrepreneur and you're a speaker, or if you're got an online business, you need to come home. You need to find a home. Associate yourself with people who are subject matter experts, people that's got the proper training that will train you, people who will help you, people who will coach you, and people who will put you on stage at no cost. Try to find that on the internet. It's not there.
Hey, I just saw a comment in there. Robin says, count me in. Robin, we would love to have you be a heartpreneur with us. I know you're a heartpreneur. I know you're a heartpreneur. We would love to have you as part of this family, and so deeply in gratitude. And one other thing, it may seem like a small thing, but I'm like the t-shirt guy, right? Like I've got all the t-shirts, and when you join, until we run out, you get one of these really nifty Stage Warrior t-shirts. So Stage Warrior, it's funny, we came up with this hashtag over here in Colorado Springs back in mid-September. Little did we know how much it would mean, right? We liked it. Everyone else seemed to like it. But now think what that means in terms of our military events. Stage. Oh. Think about what that means. Think about how cool is that? Now, is that the hand of destiny? Was that the hand of destiny reaching down and showing us what we needed to do, Jim?
Absolutely, because I remember when we were there in Colorado, we had a true mastermind there with the executive training director. His first time that me and Don had got all the executive training directors together, and they just bit into this thing, and they just wanted to take it and grow. And I don't know who came up with the name Stage Warrior. I don't think it was Don. I know it wasn't me. But then, just like Don said, they didn't know anything about us going in this direction here. And it's funny how as you go forward in life, you may think you're heading out in this direction, but you'll see where little hinges will open big doors. And please don't push a chain uphill. Just go through the open door, and that's what we did. It's our calling. This is our calling. We're responding to a call. And that's who we are. That's what we're about.
And I see Frank has joined. And so Frank, if you didn't see the nifty Stage Warrior, I know that Frank is a Stage Warrior because I know he has a military background. So Frank, we are doing an event in Colorado Springs in January for the military. Our top 20 members are going to be on that stage. And Stage Warrior works at a whole other level now that I'm thinking about it. We're asking people to be in the top 20. This isn't a participation award, right? This is, you join.
It's performance.
You demonstrate and get after it, because that's who we want. We want people of action. We want people who really want to make this their thing. So Stage Warrior, I'm sitting here thinking about it. It's actually Stage Warrior at another level. Take this into your hands. Become that warrior who wants to get up on that stage.
Because that's how the military is referred to now, is warriors. It really is. And it's just, so appropriate. We did, like you said, it's definitely destiny. And Frank, this is Jim Grant. Give me a call and I'll fill you in on some things there because you're former military. And this is about, you'll find it of interest. I'll promise you that. But it's just been we've just had a wonderful time putting this thing together. And the joy and the jubilee that Don and I have been able to experience, you can too. Imagine being around people who think like you, who are excited about life, who are focused on you being successful, you being on stage. I mean, that's who we are. We're the Speakers Pathway Coalition, and the coalition is a true coalition. Think about all the members you're going to meet when we come to our annual events. We hadn't even mentioned anything about that.
Yeah, that's a whole new thing, you join now as part of the launch. You get a free ticket to the 1-year celebration launch, and I can just guarantee you it's going to be an amazing event. Not only celebration, but training and people on stages. Mm-hmm. It's like what we're doing in January, taken to a whole new level.
Oh yeah.
So if you're sitting there thinking, "Gosh, this sounds great," it's really simple. It's really simple to lock arms with us. We don't make it complicated. Not some big, long application process. You don't got to take out a loan from the bank. You don't got to check with your credit company. This is $150 and money back for 30 days. So you simply go to speakerspathway.com/promo, and it's pretty straightforward. You go on there and click where it says subscribe. It will open up a window where you register. Okay, so create an account, register, then it'll open up another window where you can complete the payment, and then you get in. And you get a couple emails. It's pretty straightforward. You run into any problems, and this is a new venture. It's about we started this back in July, and we've only been live with the technology for a few weeks. So
a couple of weeks.
They run into hiccups. Send an email to speakerspathway@gmail.com. We'll get that email. We'll help you out. Or call my cell phone, 970-443-4307. We're not going to let technology get in the way of you being in the top 20 and getting on that stage in January. Not going to let it happen. Not on my and Jim's watch.
That's a promise from both of us because we're committed to your success because we know if we bless you, we're going to be blessed. And that's just, that's just the way it is. And the reason that's our motivation. We want to be able to share some wonderful blessings with others. And we want you to be able to take your message, your gifts, your talents out there and bless a multitude of people. Think how that's going to make you feel. And, like I said before, and I'll say again, don't ever focus on money. Focus on providing the best product, the best service, the best you can be. And if you do that, money will come. Game over. It's that simple.
Game over. You are the warrior. Mm-hmm. So you know what you have to do. Come lock arms with us. Join us on our Heartpreneurs journey, on our pathway. Come be part of that top 20. We're rooting for you. We'll be there right beside you. We're not going to have you just go in the system and, hey, give it your best. We'll be there. Hey, what's blocking you? Okay, what course do you want to take next? What do you need to take next? Where are you stuck? How can I help you? We will be there helping you. And it's going to be up to you. You're limited only by the amount of energy you put in there. There's over $8,000 of courses in the system. And so it's really up to you. And so we just can't wait for you to lock arms with us, become part of our team, part of our family on our Heartpreneurs journey.
Don's exactly right. And people that know me well, I talk about the Speakers Pathway Coalition being like a buffet. And I just simply tell people, come and feed your needs, because that's critical. For you to be successful, you've got to have all your bases covered. And no one knows it all. You're going to need some help. That's why we have executive training directors there. This was why Don and I are here, to be able to help you in any area that you need help, because we're interested in your results. And again, I want you to be on stage with us there in Colorado Springs, the end of January, the 26th to 27th there. And we're going to have 300. We're shooting for 300. We get 350, we get a bigger place. If 400 people register, if 400 veterans register for that event, Don, like I said earlier, Don's got that room extender in his garage. We'll just push out the wall.
We're going condo if that happens.
Yeah.
We're going condo. We'll be probably doing something the fire marshal wouldn't want us to do, but we
No, but
will.
we'll find a bigger place because our focus is on serving the veterans when they come there, because we're going to be, you know, like we're like a breath of fresh air to them. Because being a veteran, spending 31 years in the United States Army, I can tell you that you know, we're not, we're kind of like an overlooked group. And when you look at the facts, let's just talk about the facts for a moment. When Don and I were there, and we found out there's over 100,000 veterans right there in the Pikes Peak area. And we just come in, and Don and I are talking just like we're talking to you. And the guy says, well, what's that going to cost? $2,000? We said, no, it's going to be free. And he dropped his arms, which means he's dropped his defense. And I started talking to him about how every soldier has, or every warrior, they're known as warriors. Now, I'm an old soldier. I'm retired, whatever that word is. But sincerely, I said, every soldier or warrior has a story. We need to help bring them out. And he says, you're exactly right. And then the next thing that came out of his mouth, because he got excited, he said, you guys have a brochure? We talk about all these service organizations in the area. You got 100,000 veterans there. We come in and we're like a breath of fresh air. I mean, this is not hard.
Now we almost have a brochure. And in fact, I was engaging someone to do it. And, you know, one of the guys who quoted was a veteran. So you know what I did? I heard him. Okay. So he right now, a veteran, is working on a brochure. Mm-hmm. It's a brochure that we're going to use to secure some of these service member organizations. We're going to have a spot on it that says your logo here. Please be one of our sponsors. Mm-hmm. And just, we're going to have that in the next few days. So I want to wrap this up. I know we're going probably much longer than either Jim or I expected, but really appreciate everyone who's been watching us on the live stream on Facebook. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the enthusiasm. Those of you who said I'm in, go ahead and sign up. If you have any problem, you know how to get a hold of me. We'll take care of that. We want you as part of the family. And again, our thanks go out to our executive training team who managed to join the call today. We are just so super enthused from the bottom of my heart. And I'll leave the closing comments with Jim, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you all. And I appreciate you all. And I can't wait to see everyone on the stage helping the veterans in January.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to say the same thing that Don said there about, you know, we just, you know, imagine what a blessing you're going to be to a group of people who are going to appreciate you being there. This is not just some crowd that just shows up because, you know, they're, you know, looking, you know, see what's going on. They're going to appreciate the fact that you came there. And every veteran Don's talked to has already told Don, I'm going to be there. That's how important it is for them. So that's why it's important for you to apply yourself and be the best that you can be in the top 20. Remember now, you're going to be on stage. You're going to get a professional video of you on stage. And the people that you're going to be associated with, that you'll be able to have a video of, will give you instant credibility. I promise you that. Thank you so much.
Peace out.